What's going on, family? One more time, man. It's your man Cigar Mid coming to you with another Cigars and Conversations with a puff a minute. All right. Today, man, we got something really special for you guys, man. So sitting to my right, all right, is Ms Tammi Pettigrew. Right, and she's here to talk about an event that's going to be happening right here at Tappan Ash on the 21st of this month, man. Puff and Pink. All right, and it is to benefit or to bring awareness, I should say. Awareness. All right, to bring awareness to breast cancer. As you know, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. All right, so we definitely want to bring you some awareness from a puff minute as well. But the rule is, before we get started, we got to tell them what we're smoking.
Oh,
all right.
Okay.
So why don't you tell them what you're smoking? This is.
This is one of my favorites. It's a go-to, Oliva V, the Milano. I can never go wrong. I pair it with my coffee. Coffee is usually my beverage of choice.
Outstanding. Yes. Well, you know what? We probably need to use these mics. I forgot. This is for the camera. We need to use these. Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
They can hear us on the live. But on the mic, they wasn't hearing nothing. So go ahead.
So my cigar of choice this morning is the Oliva V, the Milano. It is my go-to stick. It pairs very well with my beverage of choice, which is coffee.
Beautiful, beautiful. And you know what? The first time I met you, right? We were at a penthouse party down at the Cosmo.
Yes.
Right. And you saw me out on the balcony smoking a cigar. And we had a conversation. And you blessed me with one of those right there with that Oliva V Milano at our first conversation. Right. Yeah. I appreciate you still.
Wow.
Yeah, I love it.
Great memory. Great memory.
Absolutely.
That was a great meeting. It's always good when you can just chop it up with another cigar smoker.
Absolutely.
And feel like you're among friends.
Yes.
Never meet a stranger when you're smoking a cigar.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Exactly right. So, guys, today, man, I'm bringing this, I brought out this Undercrown, sun-grown, from our good friends at Drew Estate Cigars. Another great stick, man, morning stick. I don't do a whole lot, of the Undercrowns a lot, man, but when I do, it's just, it's a blessing. It's a pleasure to smoke it. And I actually did a straight double guillotine cut on that with my special guillotine cutter that Drew Estates, that Jonathan Drew gave to me himself, right? So that makes it even more special for me this morning, man. So that's what's going on. But I see we got a few people out there. What's going on, Cammy? I see Doc's Legacy joined, Jen and Juice, Triple B. What's up, family? Thank you for joining us today. So, Tammy, you're here to talk to us a little bit about the Puff and Pink event, right? That's going to be happening on the 21st. So tell us a little bit about how, because this is the second year for this event, right?
That is correct. This is the second year.
Okay.
And this was really birthed out of my own journey.
Yes.
When I had a breast event.
Okay.
Or a diagnosis.
Yes.
So last year, about in July, I was routine night getting ready for bed. And I I experienced a discharge from my left breast.
Okay.
Very alarming, didn't know what to do. And of course, that sends you down the rabbit hole. I'm Googling and finding out that, it's cancer. I'm going to die.
Right.
So fast forward, I go to my primary. I get referred for a mammogram. They then want to do an ultrasound and a biopsy.
Wow.
Well, months are going by, and I am surrounded by great community.
Sure.
In my cigar family, in the cigar community. And I am part of the Ashin' Out group.
Okay.
Here local in Vegas.
Shout out to Ashin' Out.
Shout out to Ashin' Out. And Ashin' Out does other things in the community.
Absolutely.
And I presented it to Cammy. I said, I'm having this experience. It's October. As women, why don't we do something for breast cancer awareness?
Exactly.
She said, great idea. Let's talk to Michelle. And that's how it started last year.
Beautiful.
So conversations, education, and celebration is really kind of the connective tissue that brought it all together.
Love it.
It was a group of us. We got together. There were men in the room as well. And that's how this thing started.
Yes.
And the conversation in speaking to men in that setting was very eye-opening.
Sure.
Because the diagnosis or, getting the mammogram is just that. But it affects our families. It affects our partners. and hearing from the men was just enlightening and phenomenal.
You know, a lot of people, when they think about breast cancer, they think that it's, an ailment that only impacts the women, right? But men are diagnosed with breast cancer as well, right? And then, like you said, the family dynamic, right? As a husband, right, or as a father, right? If one of the women in my life, right, were to be diagnosed with that, that would have a huge impact on me as well.
Absolutely.
So events like this, I feel, are good for the entire community.
Absolutely.
Now, the thing about it that might stand out or might seem abnormal to some, right, is that we're sitting here and we're smoking cigars, right?
Yes.
And the I think the community at large, right, when they think about any type of cancer, right, they think, well, it all comes from tobacco, right, or
True.
something like that, right? So it's kind of hard for some people to marry the idea of having a event to bring awareness to cancer when you're smoking cigars. How do you, how do you navigate that?
Well, I have experienced some pushback, and like I said, this came as a result of my own experience and diagnosis. I am very, very blessed and fortunate to say that my mass that was in my left breast was not cancerous.
Okay.
But I did have to undergo surgery to remove that mass.
Nice.
But the stigma, and I will call it a stigma.
I love it, yes.
Because we consume alcoholic beverages. We consume so many things. We consume foods that have carcinogens in them.
Exactly.
But as I started this effort and reaching out to various organizations and asking them to come speak or to bring their facilities to our event,
yes,
their response to me was, "Oh, we are not able to do that because you are a group that consumes tobacco products."
Right. Okay.
And my response to that is, we all consume something.
Absolutely.
And okay, tobacco may have has been identified to cause certain health problems.
Yes. But
it is not the only thing that may cause cancer or breast cancer.
Exactly right.
So, they've excluded us in that manner.
Right, right.
But it's for us as a community to close the gap and still share information.
I agree.
Because there's so many of us in our group that are affected with many health challenges.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
I'll share a little bit something with you. So a little while ago, a few weeks ago, I was experiencing some chest pain, right? So I was sent to the hospital for them to run a bunch of tests. When the cardiologist came in, he asked me, the standard question about tobacco products, right? Yeah. I said, well, I do smoke cigars. You know what he said to me? He said, wow. He said, well, actually, I'm glad that you said cigars and not cigarettes. He said, because there is no empirical evidence that shows that cigar smoking is linked to cardiovascular disease. And I'm sitting there like, wow, like more people need to hear this, right?
Yeah.
No, don't get me wrong. You can get cancer from a lot of different things. And he specifically said heart disease, right? Cardiovascular or what have you. Which is, again, the cigarettes and all of that stuff is more because you're inhaling it, right? It's very, very acidic. Tobacco smoke is very alkaline, right? Which is the reason why we can't ingest it, right? And everybody knows that disease grows in an acidic environment, right? So I'm not sitting up here trying to tell everybody to go out and smoke cigars. Right. But if you smoked one cigar a week, right, you would be at no more risk than if you had one glass of wine a week, right? Because again, it's the same type of a situation. So that's just my little thing there. But I agree with you. We need to take ownership of our community. Absolutely. And when there's others out there who won't support our efforts because of the stigma, right, then, we need to take that mantle up. And I think you're doing an absolutely wonderful job with that.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Again, I think it's just a community effort. And in no way do I think we are trying to provide all of the medical numbers or the resources. We can all go to our own providers or those medical agencies that will give us that information.
Exactly.
But it's still up to us to individually, in our families, and collectively as a community, to do our own research and
Exactly.
find out how we are affected. I mean, there is information that people of color,
Yes.
women of color,
Yes.
are affected greater by this disease
Wow.
than other
Ethnicities.
ethnicities.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we also have to look at those things in terms of the foods we eat, the
Yes.
chemicals that we put in our hair, just different beauty products that we use, make us more susceptible and likely. So I think it's just, again, being informed, being educated, and a lot of those things we find out by sharing with one another.
Agreed. Yes.
That's where it starts. So that was my reason for doing this. We are excited to do it again this year, to bring more resources and
Outstanding.
people. Women reach a certain age group and they're like, oh, I've never had a mammogram.
Yes.
And now this opens them up, because we all know what a mammogram is, but until you've had that experience,
Yes.
and you can embrace those sisters, right?
Got you. Yes.
You can embrace those women who may have not had certain experiences and now are curious. Maybe they're at a certain age, or maybe they're caring for
Yes.
a family member or a loved one. And we can support them, we can love them, we can provide additional resources and education, and that's what we hope to do from this.
I love it. I love
Getting
it.
more resources from the community that we can share with others.
Right. Right. So last year I was in New Jersey, and I was asked to host and take part of an event in New Jersey that was along the same lines, right? Shout out to Warrior Goddess, my sister, cousin, friend, Holly Richardson in Paterson, New Jersey, who was also a breast cancer survivor. And she has her own type of events from year over year, right, where she is bringing awareness. Well, she wanted to do a cigar event along those lines as well, and I was, first of all, I was honored, right, that she would ask me to come and be a part of it.
Yeah.
But again, we were facing the same type of backlash, right? How you gonna do a breast cancer event with cigars, right? And who is this guy, Cigar Mick, right? So
Who is this guy?
yeah. But I mean, unfortunately, that event did not take place because it was an outdoor event and we got rained out on that particular day. But I know that that's still something that's big for her, that she wants to, because she's always contacting me like, when do you think you can come back and do this and what have you. I say that to say that there are people who are out there, right, who understand that everybody needs information, right? And I think the most important thing, whether you are diagnosed or whether you are close to someone who has been diagnosed, is that you have the supportive community.
Absolutely.
Right? And I think that that's the biggest thing around, because, there's a tendency to feel like we're all alone and we're all by ourselves, right? But if you're surrounded by other people of the same mindset, right? Other people, in your case, other people who enjoy this pastime, right? Who don't have to feel isolated, who don't have to feel as if they are a dreg of society because they enjoy a cigar, right? It's not like, oh, well, you deserve it because you smoke cigars or something like that, right? They need to be surrounded by other people, right, who understand them and who can support them through this entire process, right? All the way up until the day that they ring the bell,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And it is a process. Anything that we go through in life is not going to be easy. There are challenges, and you said something about the journey. It does not have to be a solitary
Exactly
journey.
right. Yes.
I do believe that, as we are in this community, it also draws us to reach out and look for resources in the mental health community as well, because
absolutely
we do isolate.
Yes.
Nobody else is going through this. How is it affecting, now I need new bras. Now I need new foundation. Now I need extra doctor's appointments.
Exactly.
How do I manage all that? Because of a surgery, I can't lift. There's so many different things that go into that will have you feel like it is a solitary journey.
Sure.
So I just want to encourage anyone and everyone that if you know someone, we just need to be more intentional with our actions and what we do. We need to be more intentional with our love, our
Agreed.
compassion for our fellow man, woman, and child.
Absolutely.
We need to be more compassionate for our community. So it's so, used to say, oh, just smile at somebody. A smile can go a long way.
Exactly.
You never know what that can do.
So true.
To ask somebody how they're feeling and actually take the time to listen to whatever their response is.
Exactly.
And you never know how you can respond.
So true.
Sometimes it is just that smile, or someone giving you a Melania.
There you go. That goes a long way. That goes a long way. Take my word for it. Just let me ask you. So the event on the 21st. What time does it begin?
The event starts at 3. It's from 3 to 6.
3 to 6.
And of course, that is a Saturday. So here at Tappan Ash, there is also live entertainment on Saturday.
Yes.
So we are encouraging people to come for the event.
Yes.
But to also stay for the live entertainment.
Outstanding. Which is typically hosted by your man Cigar Mick, by the way.
But you'll be.
Continue. Yeah, I won't be. I will be out of town that weekend.
You'll be out of town. You will absolutely be missed. Anytime
Thank you.
you're not here, you are missed. But it is on Saturday, next Saturday from 3 to 6. And
3
we
to
look
6.
forward to everyone coming out, men and women. I will say again, the men that were in the room last year sharing their journey of even discovering the irregularity in their partner's breast.
Yes.
To, start that discovery and that diagnosis.
Exactly.
Was just phenomenal. There was a sister that shared, she was on the couch with her son, and her son laid his head on her breast, and she felt some pain.
Oh, wow.
And as a result of her child putting his head on her chest, found the irregularity.
Sure.
And prompted her visits to the doctor. So a lot of information came out of our first get together.
Okay.
And I'm just really excited to hear more stories. I'm excited to from those stories that we educate and teach one another.
Sure.
And provide valuable information. And the other thing that we want to do is that we want to celebrate.
Yes, absolutely.
We want to celebrate the fact that, yes, we are getting our mammograms.
Okay.
Yes, we are making some life changes to maybe, enhance
Sure.
our quality of life.
Absolutely.
So that we can be here for our families and children. And to just celebrate that one more day for those women that are survivors, or for those ones that ran a good race.
Sure.
We can celebrate in their honor and in their journey.
What about the day of the event, right? Again, I missed it last year. I'm going to miss it this year. So it sounds like there's a lot of roundtabling that's going on.
A lot
right?
of roundtable,
Okay.
yes.
So what's the follow-up afterwards? Like, how do you continue to keep in touch with the ladies who have made the commitment to get mammograms, to ensure that they go out and have those mammograms completed?
Well, we did actually do that for the women that were here, men and women. We stayed in touch. We did a monthly check-in.
Nice.
Just kind of, hey, are everybody okay? Do you need anything?
Outstanding.
And all of those same individuals will be here, and we will build on that.
I love it. I love it. We're shouting out, Ashing Out Cigar Group, right, for being the sponsors behind this and really going, all the way on it. And you mentioned Tappan Ash and Michelle for opening up, this particular house, this space for this event, right? Did I miss anyone else you mentioned?
The Wine Garden.
The Wine Garden as well, right? So shout out to the Wine Garden for also being a part of this very important effort that's taking place.
Yes.
So again, like I said, I really appreciate you coming in
I
right?
appreciate you
and
asking
sharing
me.
with all of us.
I appreciate the invitation. This is absolutely amazing, and I thank you.
Yes, it's my pleasure. I feel like we all have to do our part, right? And that includes all of you guys that are out there watching live, or if you're watching this on YouTube or Spotify, right? And if you're watching on there, you may have enough time, right, to get here. Depends. It usually takes me about 48 hours to get it up on those platforms. But so you'll have enough time to get here. If you're not in Las Vegas, call somebody that you know who's in Las Vegas and tell them to come on out here. But if you're local, man, there's absolutely no reason, right, why you couldn't come down here, because this is something that impacts all of us.
Absolutely.
Right? Not some of us, right? But all of us on some level, right? All of us have either lost someone or have gone through the battle with someone that has had to deal with this type of a situation. Be they very, very close to you or someone who's a little bit more distant, but still, we know somebody.
Absolutely.
You know? And if you don't know, now you know. All right? So thanks for everyone for joining us on the live. I see my man ZR is on there as well. ZR Cigar, shout out to you, brother. You know, and we're gonna shut this one down. But again, I gotta reiterate, guys, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, right? So don't just let this thing go by, right? Don't let it go by. Make sure that you look for something that's going on in your community where you can support, where you can make a difference, right? Support with your financial dollars, support with your time, support with your talents, because this is something that we definitely have to eradicate in our society, right? I hate, and I don't use that word often, but I hate cancer, you know, with a passion, right? I hate it. Right? It has robbed me of some very, very good people in my life. So hopefully we can all come together and we can make a difference, right, in any way that you can, in order for us to get ahead of this thing and to stop this madness. All right?
Absolutely.
Anything else, sister?
No.
Before we go out?
I just want to thank everyone for watching, for tuning in, and for your anticipated support, whether it be this platform, this event. Again, get involved in your community and make a difference.
There it is, y'all. So one more time, it's your man Cigar Mick sitting here with Ms Tammi Pettigrew. All right, Puffin' Pink, October 21st, right here at Tapping Ash. I'm gonna end this one, but we'll be back next time, man. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again. Peace.
Peace.